at 42 when most legends have already retired. LeBron James is still playing, still scoring, still dominating. But for the first time, the king looks back on his 20+ year journey and reveals a truth that fans have always debated. Who were the toughest rivals he ever faced? Not all of them were enemies. Not all of them beat him the most. But each one pushed LeBron to his limits. From finals that decided history, to matchups that defined an entire generation. These are the 5 names that made LeBron James admit, "They made me become greater." If there's one player who truly defines LeBron's era, it's Stephen Curry. Not because they play the same way, not because they share the same role, but because, for nearly a decade, their paths kept colliding on the biggest stage possible. From 2015 to 2018, LeBron and Curry faced off in the NBA Finals 4 straight years. Think about that. 4 years. Same matchup. Same stakes. That's not just rare. That's history. And the results? Curry takes 3 championships. LeBron takes 1. But that one? It's unforgettable. Down 3-1 in the 2016 Finals, LeBron led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the greatest comeback in NBA history. And right there, on the other side, was Curry. But this rivalry was never just about wins or losses. It was about something bigger. It was about changing the game itself. LeBron represents power, size, control. He can play all 5 positions. He can dominate every aspect of the game. But Curry? He changed the geometry of basketball. The moment he crosses half court, he's already a threat. Defenses stretch. Spacing breaks. The entire system shifts. With the Golden State Warriors, Curry didn't just win games. He redefined how the game is played. And that forced LeBron to adapt again and again and again. Over their careers, they faced each other more than 50 times. And every time, it feels like more than just a game. It feels like a statement. Even today, years later, when both are deep into their careers, LeBron versus Curry still draws millions. Still feels special. Still matters. LeBron once said, "Playing against Steph is a privilege." But behind that respect, there's something deeper. Because if LeBron is the king, then Curry is the one rival who made the crown feel uncertain. Not with size, not with strength, but with skill, range, and a revolution the league had never seen before. If Steph Curry changed the system, then Kevin Durant broke the game one-on-one, because Kevin Durant isn't supposed to exist. Nearly 7 feet tall, with the handle of a guard, the footwork of a wing, and a jump shot that you simply cannot contest. When LeBron first faced Durant in the 2012 NBA Finals, it felt like a passing of the torch. Durant was young, explosive, hungry. He averaged over 30 points per game. But LeBron, he was ready. He won his first championship, and for a moment, it felt like he had taken control of the league. But Durant didn't go away. He evolved. And then he made one decision that changed everything. He joined the Golden State Warriors. Now imagine this, the greatest shooter ever, paired with one of the most unstoppable scorers in NBA history. And LeBron, he had to face that in back-to-back finals. 2017. Warriors win 4-1. 2018. They don't just win, they sweep 4-0. And in both series, Durant was the difference. Not just good, not just great, unstoppable. Pull-up threes over LeBron. Isolation jumpers with a hand in his face. Clutch shots that silenced entire arenas. LeBron could give you 40. Durant would answer with 35. Effortless. Efficient. Cold. LeBron said it himself. KD is one of the toughest scorers ever. And it's not just respect. It's reality. Because defense didn't matter. Length didn't matter. Even LeBron, at his absolute peak, couldn't fully solve him. That's what made Durant different. He wasn't just a rival. He was a matchup with no weakness. And for LeBron, that might be the hardest challenge of all. Before Curry, before Durant, before the pace, the threes, the highlight plays, there was something else. Something quieter, something colder, something almost impossible to break. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. They didn't dominate headlines. They didn't chase attention. They just won. When LeBron first reached the NBA Finals in 2007, he ran into Duncan's Spurs. And just like that, the moment was over. 4 games, 4 losses, a clean 4-0 sweep. No drama, no suspense, just a lesson. At that point, LeBron was still learning what it really takes to win at the highest level. But this rivalry didn't end there. Years later, LeBron came back, stronger, smarter, more complete. 2013. Miami Heat versus Spurs. One of the greatest finals in NBA history. Game 6. Seconds left. LeBron misses a 3. The ball bounces out to Ray Allen. Corner 3. Bang. History changes. LeBron survives. But Duncan? He doesn't disappear. He comes back 1 year later. 2014. Same stage. Same opponent. Different result. This time, the Spurs don't just win. They dominate. Ball movement. Spacing. Precision. Every pass. Every cut. Every possession felt perfect. The Spurs win 4-1. And LeBron, he watches as a team, not a superstar, takes him apart. That's what made Duncan different. He didn't need 40 points. He didn't need the spotlight. He just made the right play every single time. LeBron once said, "The Spurs are the smartest team I've ever faced." And Duncan? He was the system, the anchor, the constant. No ego, no noise, just winning at the highest level. And for LeBron, that kind of opponent might be the most frustrating of all, because you're not just playing a player, you're playing perfection. If Durant is an offensive nightmare, then Kawhi Leonard is a defensive one. Quiet, emotionless. But on the court, he can lock LeBron down. In 2014, Kawhi was just 22 years old. But he held LeBron below his usual efficiency, won Finals MVP, and helped the Spurs win 4-1. And it didn't stop there. In head-to-head matchups, Kawhi leads 15 wins to 9. A very telling number. Kawhi isn't the highest scorer, but he's the one who makes LeBron work the hardest. No trash talk, no drama, just defense, efficiency, and a cold, calculated presence. LeBron said, "He doesn't say much, but he always makes you pay." There is one loss that LeBron will never forget. 2011, when Dirk Nowitzki led the Dallas Mavericks to defeat the Miami Heat. That series, Mavericks win 4-2. Dirk wins Finals MVP. LeBron faces heavy criticism for his performance. It was the first time LeBron entered the finals with a super team and lost. Dirk wasn't faster, he wasn't stronger, but he had experience, mental toughness, and clutch shooting that broke LeBron. Many call it the loss that defined LeBron's career, because after that, he came back stronger than ever. 5 rivals, 5 different styles. Stephen Curry changed the game. Kevin Durant, unstoppable scorer. Tim Duncan, the definition of winning. Kawhi Leonard, defensive machine. Dirk Nowitzki, the ultimate lesson. They were not just rivals. They were chapters in the journey of a legend. Because the truth is, LeBron didn't become king just by winning, but also through losses against the greatest. And at 42, looking back at everything, maybe these rivalries are what truly define LeBron James's legacy.